Hey everyone, Soundwave884 here with a Transformers Kingdom review. Kingdom! Alright, this is what happens when you put a figure in a box that's too small. Thank you, Amazon. It's really the first bad shipment I've gotten from Amazon. Everybody's posting things and they get things that there's not in a box, there's a label slapped on it and stuff like that, or put into a soft envelope, which I have gotten, and the boxes come damaged. This is my first, believe it or not, bad experience with shipping from Amazon. He's just sort of been back, but you know, I'm not a card collector really anymore. I collect the G1 looking stuff because that is more sentimental and nostalgic to me. While I love the box arts and the card arts on these, I really don't care for the packaging as much, so I'll just chunk it in the trash anyway. So it's not a big loss to me. Oh, I didn't notice this fire. Oh, volcano. Alright, so this is Kingdom Core Class Optimus Prime in package. Looks cool. It's like they took the Earthrise Prime and just kind of shrunk them down. So we'll do some comparisons and stuff. I'm sure you've probably already seen reviews of this guy, so, you know, why should I do mine? Well, why not? I guess I should show you the back, maybe. 11 steps get you all the way around here in Optimus Prime. He's got that green glow. And here's Optimus Prime Core Class, what used to be Legends Class. It's a nice looking figure. Highly detailed. He looks really good. I'm surprised. He does have some hollow bits here in the back of the legs, a little bit in the inner thighs. Just pointing out for people who are sticklers on hollow parts of Transformers. With them being already so small, you can think that maybe they could make them a little more whole. Especially since this nothing has to go in there. It just, you know, tabs together, and you've got the back of the truck done. And we'll get the transformation in a little bit. Otherwise, it's nicely detailed figure. See lots of molded in, sculpted details going in here. In the grill in the front, the arms are well done. Onto the sides, in the back. It's where everything sort of just hides back here. And you'll see some of this in the transformation of how they hide the fake of the grill and stuff. Yes, this is fake. The windows stay. They just flip around. And then you get the head sculpt up here. A very nice head sculpt. And we'll go ahead and compare him with Earthrise Prime, and then you can see from the lower half here where they sort of have the same look, and that's what they're sort of going for. And of course, it's not identical, but it's just like a, you know, shrunken down size of Earthrise Prime. We'll zoom out so you can see that right there. And that's how they look together. Zoom back in, so we get a little bit look here, a better look at the head sculpts of these guys. Very similar how the eyes are the light blue and it's on the dark blue. There's no actual gray back there like there should actually be. Alright, so that is, if you're going by the cartoon look, head sculpt of Optimus Prime. He does come with his ion blaster, and it is very well done, very G1-esque, very simple. Again, you just want to take it in either hand. And he does have ports about on him. He's got one right here on his wrist that you can also tab that into. So that is Core Class Optimus Prime. Do a quick size comparison. Here he is with his wave mate Rat Trap from Beast Wars. Beast Wars! So that is how they scale, which isn't really true to scaling for that. And this is the old, I believe it's Thrilling 30 Optimus Prime that they remolded into Huffer and into pipes. Yeah. Hasbro, you've done a stellar job of taking this and making something a lot better. This is a lot better rendition of Optimus Prime than this thing right here was. Of course, they're going, I think, more for a comic book look. It was more of an updated version. It wasn't strictly G1. They didn't have to adhere to all of the looks of that. And for that, no, it's pretty good. And it still had its hollow bits as well. It had this weird flap in the back, which I really, really did not like, and this weird chest where I just didn't like any of that. I think this Prime here, if you have this one, you can get rid of it and go for this Prime. It's a lot better of a pickup, I think. Also, like the Ion Blaster a lot better than what came with this Optimus Prime. So this Prime here, I believe, came with a Minicon or Target Master. It was Roller, I believe. So it's I'd say this is a definite upgrade. Alright, so let's go ahead and go over some articulation. You can see he's got ball jointed elbows right there, so you can raise your elbows to there. Then you get your swivel out of that. I'm going to let you know that it is very tight in there. Very tight. So it's actually, you got to kind of force a lot of this. He isn't actually very tight all over. This just sounds wrong. He's got that. He's got a ball jointed shoulder, so you can get the shoulder up to there. Then you can turn it all the way around. Then he's got ball jointed hips. So go there. Back can't go as far. Get the stuff back here. You can go out this side all the way to there. Then you have ball jointed knees. So that's where you're gonna get your swivel from too. You can bend it to there, and then it's a tight swivel. And he has this weird like ab crunch thing for transformation and stuff. So that is there as well. So if you want some other kind of poses, you can do that. There is no waist swivel, but you do have a torso swivel up here. You just have to move a few things out of your way to achieve that, which will only be this piece right here. And you can swivel that around, which might look kind of funky, but it helps if you have this crotch in the right way. But it's doable if you want some more articulation. You just gotta lift this flap up right here. You can see there's a tab and a slot back there where this goes. The head, it's on this piece here. That's for transformation. But you can really know up and down. You can 360 it all the way around. Appears to be a mushroom peg or something. And a little bit of hollowness in the back of the head as well. So not a bad rendition of Optimus Prime at all. There's no ankle articulation. It's just molded into an A stance. So let's get to transforming this Optimus Prime. Alright, so first thing you want to do is take your figure, take the gun out if you have it in his hands. Take his head, you just want to collapse it in. You can see how it's got this little part here. That is for the middle head crest thing there to go right in. And this just collapsed on down. Come back here to the back, that flappy move for the upper torso articulation. You want to bring that up. You can see how this is going to fit right there. It doesn't like, mine doesn't tab or anything. It kind of sits there and it can easily be knocked up. To his hands, they just fold inward. They're on this little peg. It is clicked in, and you have to actually do that, and you fold it in. You see some red comes out to help hide the blue when he's in vehicle mode, like that. Come on here to his legs. You see these two tabs. You can just tab them together like this. I would say probably beware of multiple transformations that you might end up stress marking and probably could break these tabs. I don't say it hadn't happened on mine, but over time, just be watching out for that. Then you come here to his upper torso, that little swivel I told you about. You want to swivel him around 180 degrees. Grab him at the weird waist that keeps wanting to come up. Just push the lock in there. And right there, you see there's a gray tab that actually locks it. But I knocked mine out pretty easily. Bring his legs to the back like so. You see these little circle pegs? You're going to use those later because they will eventually go into these little holes when you get to the arms to fold back. Now you take this piece here. You want to fold this down all around. You can see where the rest of the front of the cab is coming from. This is going to come up and around to the sides and just lock it like that. Now the arms, if you have any Optimus Prime, you know how this goes. You're going to fold this back. You're going to bend these up, and it's going to turn in here at the side. The whole point though is there's a tight elbow for mine here, so it's going to be a little trouble to really get this all to line up. Come on, there we go. This one, yeah, I think you have it. He goes and spoils it. There we go. And then, like I said, the pegs are just going to go right into those holes, so you just got to line all that stuff up. Line them up, and you just want to push them in. You know, it makes a little snap sound to know that you have locked those in. And then you are done transforming Core Class Optimus Prime into his truck mode. And you can take his ion blaster. There's a peg hole back here. You can peg it in right there if you want to. You can also put this, see there's a tab right here. And over here on the side of the vehicle, you can tab that in as well. So there's a little slot right there. Just tab that in if you want it to face the front, and that is also on the other side, so you can do either side as well. Rolls okay on this table. It's a little cheap, like $1, toy wheels. They're really thin, but they are there, so not bad. We'll do some comparisons of this Optimus Prime with the old thrilling 30 Core Class. Oh yeah, well, back then Legends Class Optimus Prime. Alright, so there he is next to the thrilling 30 version Thrilling 30 seems to be a bit longer and a little bit more beefier here. That's because he has the big, huge shoulder pads hanging on, and so he's a little bit longer, a little bit more beefy. Rolls better. So one thing they did better back then, I would say, would be the wheels. I like how they're pinned in. I think these are just snapped in. I think these kind of wheels roll better than those do. So that is probably the one thing I would say they did better on this one here than this one. Paint applications. You said he's got the yellow lights painted, but I think he's got just as much in the silver paint and detail, and this is painted red back here, silver back here, whereas he's got silver there too. Yellow. I don't know, maybe black tied in the paint application department. So in vehicle mode, this one's going to feel like a more hefty product than this one. I think overall, in terms of just pure G1 looks, the Kingdom Prime is going to win out in robot mode and in vehicle mode. But the old Thrilling 30 is his best mode. Is his vehicle mode. I think his robot mode is sort of lacking. It feels kind of awkward the way things do. Makes a good vehicle mode, that's for sure. His joints are a little bit looser, so it's a lot easier to get him into vehicle mode than it is to the Core Class Optimus Prime. So let's get to my final thoughts. So final thoughts, I'm going to start this on my transformation back to robot mode. Is getting his head back out of this hole is going to be a fingernail killer. I don't have very much fingernails, but trying to get that back out is just, it's a pain. If you don't have fingernails, that's going to be a source, a hard spot there. Get that out. Snaps back in. So overall, I really do like it a lot. Beware of this coming untabbed a lot. It's got to tab in with this tab here. Sometimes you push this piece up too far, it won't tab in. You have to line that up. And that little tab here has to hook here. You know, well, kind of hook it all together to lock it all in. Just beware that you can be knocked out pretty easily. And then with the gun here. Also, I didn't show this earlier, but the gun can have blast effects used as well. So that was good that it made use of that in the Core Class too. So final thoughts, if you want a Legends class, or what they call Core Class Prime now, this one is an excellent one. If you don't have this one, definitely put this guy up. If you want this to put onto your Titan class Transformers, it's where this will excel, is on those guys, because they are a bigger figure and you want some actual transformable Transformers to go on those. This is where you're going for if you're not collecting the third-party Legends class Transformers to go with those guys. Also, if you have kids and you want to get them Optimus Prime, this is a cheaper price point, $10. Get them an Optimus Prime, and they can support any kind of blast effects as well. And it looks really good in vehicle and in robot mode. So it's a definite pickup if you're into Optimus Prime, or if you want to get something for the kiddos for Christmas. If you can find this before Christmas. It's supposed to be back in stock on Amazon December 11th, so try to check that out. Maybe go ahead and pre-order. Anyway, until the next one, peace out.